Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my Flutter tutorials, and in this video we will talk about something which I didn't cover yet but many of you requested. So in this video we'll talk about Flutter plugins. So we have seen that how we can work with Flutter packages, how we can upload them to pub.dartlang.org, which is the Dart package hub, and there also you can also find plugin. So plugins are basically to expose any Android or iOS API. So for making plugin we need to write Android specific code or Java Android specific code or iOS specific code. You can use Kotlin or Java for Android, and Swift or Objective-C for iOS. So we'll see how we can do that, and we will make basically a toast plugin, which is basically to show toast in Android. If you remember earlier, it was like the past version of snack bar, where we just had a text showing in the bottom or top in the form of a black background toast. So that's what we will display in Android, but for iOS I don't think they by default provides any kind of toast. So they have alert view, which we will use for showing our toast. So let's start with this. So we will create a new Flutter plugin. So before proceeding, I would like you to check my this Flutter Let's Flutter group on Facebook, which you can join for queries, and also make sure to go through this Flutter example app repository. We just crossed 300 stars, and here you will find all the examples with their YouTube tutorials and source codes. So please check it out, and also make sure to subscribe to this channel and also press the bell icon to get future updates. So now let's click on this Flutter plugin. So for creating plugin, either you can click on this Flutter plugin button, or you can maybe you can create this plugin from command line. So there you need to use a flag, which is template is equal to whatever, like plugin. So template is equal to plugin and then the plugin name. So by that you will create the Flutter plugin. So I'll also provide the link in the description for the Flutter IO documentation, where you can check this how to write it using command line as well. So we will select Flutter plugin and we will press next. Now we need to give it a name, so we can give it Flutter Toast, okay, and then the project location and everything. And here in the description let me write a new Flutter plugin for showing toast in Android and iOS. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's press next. Now you need to give the company domain, so it is mtechviral.com as of now, and the platform channel language could be Java if it is unchecked, and if you want to use Kotlin, then you can check it, or if you can want to use Java, you can check it. Similarly, you can use Swift or Objective-C. So I am using Swift for iOS and Java for Android. And now let's press finished. So it will create my Flutter project, and it will have a setup for plugin as well as an example Flutter application, where we can test this plugin while building, and then we can upload it on the Dart packages hub. So it will take few seconds. So then we will see what's the structure of this library, and then we will also test this application on both Android and iOS. So let's wait for a few seconds, and for the time being, if you want to make any other plugin, then obviously you can make that, but please remember that you should check always the Dart packages for any existing plugin is there or not. So for Toast, I guess there is one more plugin, but just for the demonstration I am making it. So actually there is no need of using Toast in Flutter, because you already have snack bar, so you don't have to use it. But this is just for demonstration, so that you can learn how to use it, and like normally what's the use of it. So we have this project where we have this Flutter Toast directory, where we have one Android folder, one example folder, and one iOS folder, and one lib folder. So by default it looks like a Flutter code, Flutter directory. Then inside it has one more Flutter application, an Android and a lib folder and iOS folder. So basically this example is for testing. Once your code will be uploaded on Dart packages, then how it will work. And this overall, this lib folder is basically to call a particular iOS or Android specific code. So let's see. So first of all, let's go to this lib folder, then open this flutter toast.dart. If you see, this is, there is a class flutter toast, and we have a method channel which is flutter underscore toast, and we have a property which is platform version. What this property is doing, it is asking this channel to invoke one method which is get platform version, which is defined in Android as well as in iOS, and from there it is getting this version and returning this version to our Flutter project. Okay, so where it is returning, where it is getting used, so we will go to example. We will you open this lib folder, and in the main.dart you can see here in the init platform state we have a platform version, and we are using this flutter toast class and its static get method which is platform version, and from there this one we are getting this version. Okay, and for this example application has this in the pubspec.yaml, you can see we have this flutter toast dependency. So it is right now giving some path, by giving the path because it is in the project itself. So that is why we are using like this. Once we will upload this, then we can use similar like this Cupertino icon. So we will use flutter toast, and then we can give this a version number. Okay, so this is how we will do. So now when once it is invoking this method, it is asking for this get platform version from the OS specific code. It is asking to get this version. So let's go to the particular OS folder. So in Android, we have source, main, and then we have this Flutter Toast plugin. Here we can see it implements a method called handler, and which is saying it to override this on method call. So here we can see if the method equals this get platform version, then what it is doing in the result as a success, it is returning this version name. Okay, so if I run this app now, let's see what happens and what we get. And apart from that, in the iOS also we will see the same thing. So in the classes we have this Swift Flutter Toast plugin dot Swift, and here you can see because it does not understand, Android Studio does not understand the code of Swift, so that is why you don't see any other like colors and all. So here also you can see we have this Swift class plugin which is implementing this Flutter plugin, and then we have this call, and you can see in the there it is running on Android P, it is written here. Now let's run it on iOS and let's see what we get there. So for iOS, let's see what happens. And because it is implemented here as well, so we will get the same output, probably iOS 11 and maybe the version itself. So let's see, it is taking few seconds, and it will be working very soon. So let's see. So basically so our app is running. Let's see first what's there. So you can see running on iOS 11.4, and that Android one is saying running on Android P. Okay, so we have these two implementation. Now for Toast we need to implement something. So what we can do, we will first of all we will go to this flutter toast.dart. Here it is saying this static there's a future returning this version number or version name. So we will make a method here which will be again a static method because our class we already have a static property. So here we can say static, and we can say future. Okay, we can return null, and then we can have a method show toast. Okay, and then we can pass the message, so whatever message it would be we can pass it here, and then we can make here we can say await, okay, channel dot invoke method. Okay, and then we can call this method like, let's say show toast is the method also. This is the platform platform channel method. Okay, so this is what we are doing, and after that we are returning, let's say, maybe null, or not, or maybe you can return something. So let's return null as of now. Okay, we don't want anything else. So we have this method show toast. Okay, and it is saying that it has this string message which we haven't used yet, and then it has this is invoking a method which is show toast, which is currently which is not implemented. So now what we can do, we will go into example folder in the lib in the main.dart. Here, before doing this platform thing, when it is invoking this platform for the version, we will also say to await and ask the flutter toast class that flutter toast dot show toast. Okay, and here we can pass any message. Let's say we are passing hey there. Okay, so you can pass any message, and it should show the toast and alert for iOS. Okay, so this is done. So in the example side we have done this, in the lib folder we have done this. Now we need to write platform specific code. So first of all we will write for Android. So we will go to source main java, then flutter toast plugin. So here we have a check of this if the call dot method dot equals get platform version. So we will make another else if here, where we will say if call dot method dot equals, and this time we will say show toast. So if it is equal to this, then we will show a toast. So to show a toast we need something. So first of all we can say toast dot make text, and it takes three things. First one is the context, second one is the text, and third one is the duration. So for context we don't have any context as of now, so let's leave it blank for the time being. Then it asks for a message. So rather than we are not returning any message yet, so let's give it a static message. So we can say hi, I am static toast. Okay, and then we can give it a dot duration. So by default it should be like toast dot length long. Okay, short toast is not that much used, and then we can call it show method. Okay, so now we can try, and so before that we need to give it a context as well. So by default this is not how we can give it a context. So what we can do, we will create some variables here. One second. Okay, so what we can do here, we can say private static final method channel. Okay, then we can have one second private activity. Okay, and then what we can do, what it is saying, okay, it should be initialized, not an issue. Now we can actually make a constructor for this flutter toast plugin. So we can say private flutter toast plugin, and here we can pass activity comma method channel, and then inside it, and we can pass now the activity from here. So we can say registrar dot activity, and then for channel we will pass simply the channel, and here we can say this dot activity is equal to activity, and this dot channel. Okay, it is not understanding channel. Why it should, oh, this dot channel is equal to channel. Okay, now it is understanding it, and now we can say this dot channel dot set method handler, and we can say this. Okay, so now we will have this activities reference, and now we can use this reference here in the toast, and we are done. So now let's run this application, and then we should see first of all this hi I am static toast when this method. So once we will run this flutter example app, then obviously in the init this init platform state, it will call this show toast, where it is passing some message, hey there, but this message is not given to that particular platform specific code, so it will not be shown, rather than a static message will be shown. So let's see, let's run this application, what happens. Okay, so let's first kill this and then let's run it. So we will see what happens. So for Android it will work maybe, because we have implemented the Flutter Toast plugin.java class, but for iOS it will not work as of now, because for iOS we haven't done anything. So let's see if we see a toast, and you can see we have a toast on the bottom, hi, I am static toast. So as of now it is static, but we don't want it to be static, right? So what we can do, we need to pass so if we go to flutter toast.dart, we are not passing this message anywhere. So what we can do, we will create a map here first of all. So this map would be, so because if you see this invoke method, let's first see it. So you can see that it takes a method and it takes a dynamic arguments. So these are dynamic arguments, if you see above, then if it is saying something or not. So you can see that there is a lot of examples written over here. Oh, it's nice. Okay, so what I meant is that we have this dynamic arguments, which is a map basically, which will have a key and a value. So we can give arguments via this key value pairs. So what we can do, we can make here a map which takes a string key and then a dynamic argument which can be of any type, and we can name it args, and we can make it like this, string comma dynamic. Okay, and we are done. Yeah, and now in the arguments we can put this message. So if it is absent, so we can give it a key of msg, and then we can pass this message. Okay, and then we will pass these arguments to our this invoke method. Okay, and you can add more arguments if you want, so it is totally your choice. Now here in the flutter toast plugin.java, we will get this argument first of all. So what we can say, we can say string message. Okay, and we can say call dot argument, and it will have this key as message msg dot to string, and we are done. So rather than this static context, we will now pass the message here. So if this is done, now if we go to main.dart, so here we can see what message we are passing. So we are passing hey there, and here we can say hey, I am Flutter. Okay, now let's run this application and see what happens. So basically what we have done, we are invoking first of all this show toast method from our Flutter app. Then if we go to flutter toast.dart, this show toast method has a string message parameter. Then we have created a map of arguments where we are putting this argument, which is the message, by giving it a key msg and then the message, and then we are invoking this method, and here you can see hey, I am Flutter on the bottom as a toast. So this is done. Now if I run this application on iPhone, it will probably crash. And 1 second, let me just see where is iOS. Yeah, so let's run this once on iOS, and I'm sure that it will crash, or there will be some different behavior because we haven't implemented the iOS code yet. But let's see what happens, then we will do the iOS stuff. Okay, so it will take some times, and then we will be done. Okay guys, wait for a second. Okay, so now you can see we have this running on iOS 11.4. It does not give me any error, but I also cannot see any toast. Okay, so basically it does not support by default any toast or something. Here you can see if it gave any error, so you can There are some errors, work manager related errors, so this is not something which we want. So we actually wanted the iOS stuff, which is not available here as like this. So we should here in the console we don't have any error or something like that. So for iOS what is happening is that it is working but we are not seeing any toast. So let's go to iOS code, and let's go to iOS, and then we will have classes. Then we have this Swift Flutter toast plugin dot Swift. So here you can see we have this public function handle function. So the name of the function is handle. It is taking a call, a parameter which is a Flutter method call, and a result which is a Flutter result, and it is returning this result. Okay, so now here what I will do, here I will do the same things which I did for Android. So we will use a block, if block. I will ask if call dot method. You can use Xcode for editing this so that you can get some pre-filled information, or you get the like what should be done, or you can say quick fixes you can get. So call dot method dot in Swift we have this elements equal, just rather than just equals. So elements and equal. Okay, and here we can say show toast. Okay, so if the call dot method dot elements equal is show toast, then I will just close this, and then first of all I will fetch some arguments. Okay, so I can say let arguments mets. Okay, and then we can say call dot arguments. Okay, so we will fetch the arguments because those arguments are as we are giving them as a map. So here in Swift we have dictionary, so we need to first of all convert this argument as dictionary. So we can write as ns dictionary. Okay, and we don't have to use semicolon in Swift. So this is done. So we have arguments in the form of call dot arguments. Now we will fetch the message from this argument. So let msg is equal to, we can say arguments, and then we will pass the key like this in the square bracket. So key was also msg, if you remember, and then we can say as string. Okay, so I guess it supports a string. Yes, so we have the message. Now what we will do, we will simply call the UI alert view. So basically I don't know if there is anything like toast, which is by default I guess there is not, but there are some libraries available. So or you can make a custom toast, but I am using UI alert view, which is which will give the same feel, but it will be like a alert, like an alert. So here it will take a title, so we don't have any title, so we will leave it blank. Okay, then it will ask for a message, so we can give it a message because we have a message. So these are named parameters. So message, and here we will pass the message. Then we will have a delegate. So we don't have any delegate as of now, so we can make it nil. Okay, and then we should have a cancel button title. So cancel button title, and it will be again let's say okay. Okay, so we are not performing any action, so that is why we don't have any delegate, and cancel button is just okay because it's just a toast which will not perform any action. And then we can call it dot show. Okay, similarly to our Android toast. So if you see the code here, you can see dot show, and we haven't done anything else. Now this is done I guess, and so this is under this method call, and that's fine. So now we will run this application on iPhone again, and let's see what happens. So it should be like there should be alert, hi I am Flutter. So let's see what happens. So it is, oh, we need to restart it. So let's restart it first, stop all, and then restart it in iPhone 10. And this Swift code you can use any other like app code, or you can use X code. So you can write the code here, then you will have those um, what error we got, some error here. So it is saying arguments as string, there is some issue. So let's go back to our Swift Toast plugin. So maybe there should be some there can be any spelling issue or something. Okay, so the problem is maybe it is asking me to use an exclamation here, so that maybe it should run. So let me just run it again. And so that is the reason I was saying you to use Xcode or some other IDE, because they will give you some compile time errors. But right now, because I have used some random text code like I am writing in the notepad, so similar thing I have used, so that is why I will not get any compile time error, I will just get runtime errors. So now let's run it, and please make sure to write any iOS specific code in Xcode only, or app code, whatever you like. So now it is running, and hey, you can see this is the our toast, hey I am Flutter, and we have this okay. So this is how you will implement toast, and this is done. Main.dart is done, Flutter Toast plugin is done, and similarly you can write any plugin for iOS or Android, and you will be good to go. So now there should be a readme.md if you want to upload this. So we have this readme.md, okay, and there should be something like you can say um, a changelog.md, which is we have. So here you can see 0.0.3 describe initial release. So now we can say, now you can show toast for Android, and what we want to say. Now you can show toast for Android, and alert for iOS, okay. And then we have this apart from that we don't have anything. In the pubspec.yaml we have this flutter underscore toast, its version author. So I will write here Pavan Kumar homepage, then we can give. So what I will do, I will go here and create one more let's say one more repository, okay. Let's just wait. Okay, so let's create one more repository here, and we can name it Flutter Toast. So Flutter Toast plugin, okay. Let's just remove this space, and let's create this repository, and now we can use this command. So here what we can do, we can open the terminal Flutter Toast, we can say git init, initialize the git, then we will add files, okay. Now let's commit it and push it. So oh, what happened? What is happening? So let's just commit it manually, or I don't know what's happening. Let's just copy this. No, it is not right. Okay, so let me write by myself, git commit and we can say initial commit, okay. And then we can use this command to add the remote thing, and then we can push it, get push, okay. What I have, oh sorry, I missed the origin, and now it will push this repository to git. So if you want to see how to upload, then you should watch this part of the video, otherwise you can just end this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also everything other which I told you in the beginning. So now we have this repository Flutter Toast plugin. Now this same repository I can now give it a home page here. So here I can say this. Okay, now we are done. Now what else we need to do? So now we have a readme.md where we are saying that a new for showing toast in Android and iOS and blah blah blah, and then we have a changelog, and then we should have a license file as well, so we can uh, write our license here. So how we can write our license here? So what we will do, we will go to any of our repository. Let's say I am Pavan. Okay, I will let's open, suppose, this repository, flute music player, and it has this license file basically. And now I can just copy this license, and then I will paste it here. Okay, so this is license, and then we are good to go, I guess. Okay, so now to publish this package we need to write some command. Okay, so that first of all it will verify if everything is good with the package or not. So here in the terminal itself, let me just clear it a little bit. We don't need this simulator as of now, I guess. Yeah, so here you need to write, so first of all, flutter. Okay, and then you will say packages. Okay, then you will say pub, which is where we will host this, and then publish, and then first of all you will make a dry run. Okay, so this dry run is basically to check everything is good or not, and then it is saying that there are some issues. Okay, and author Pawan Kumar should have an email address. Okay, and then it is saying that this package does not depend on Flutter test. Okay, that's also good. And okay, so this is basically, those are the errors. Okay, so what we can do, we go to the example and the test. Let's delete this directory first of all, we don't need this. So if we have delete, yeah, so delete it, we are done. Yeah, and now what we can do, it was saying me some more error. Okay, so in the author part it is saying that it should have an email address. Okay, okay, so here we can write an email. So maybe it will be like this, mtechwire. Okay, I guess this would be fine. So let's try this command again and let's see what happens. Okay, so it is saying that I should have to write this environment SDK. What is the point here? Okay, which is the supported version, so that the older versions are not supported and everything. So what we can do, we will go to here in examples. Here we can see if we have anything like this. Okay, so basically what we need to do, we need to add in the bottom here that what are the dependencies for this. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to this pub.dartlang.org. you can see any of the package which are the updated ones. Let's say this Flutter Redux, this is definitely updated. So here you can go to their home page maybe, and you can check if you have any kind of a misunderstanding how it works. So here you can, as you can see, they have this Android SDK and blah blah blah, so we can just copy that and we will be good to go. So here what we can do, like below this name and everything, we can just paste their code, which is okay. So it should be a little bit space should be there, I guess. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So now let's run this command once more and let's just clear it and let's run this command. And yeah, package has 0 warnings. That means your package is ready to be published. And now I can write flutter packages pub and then publish without dry run. Okay, so it should publish my package. Look great. Are you ready to upload your package? I would say yes. Uploading. So it will upload my package on pub, and yeah, finished with exit code 1. Package name is too similar to another package. So the issue we got is that this package is already with the same name available. So what we can do, rather than flutter underscore toast, we can say flutter underscore toast and underscore pk. Okay, I know this is weird, but this will work. So let's run the command again. Okay, now it is saying that we need to change the names also for our this packages. So this is weird, but we need to do this, right? So what we can do, we can write here pk. Okay, get dependencies. This is a little bit weird, but yeah, this happened to earlier as well with me, and it is okay. So let's just kill this first, and then what's the problem? I guess I don't understand. Okay, so let's just end this. Let's try run it again, and let's see. So we have two warning. Okay, it is saying that lib this should match the name of the package, which is this helps user know what library to import. Okay, so basically it is saying that we need to change the package name as well everywhere. So basically what it is demanding here is that we should change this as well, and we should name it as this file especially. So we will refactor it, and we can say now flutter toast underscore pk dot dart, and here also we can leave it like this, right? So now in the main dot dart it should be working. Why this is giving me an error now? Okay, this is fine, everything is looks good to me now. So what we can do, we can just go to pubspec.yaml again in the example, and then we can say packages get. Okay, so it is saying field does not match. Okay, there are a lot of issues, right? I mean, let's rename this one as well. Oh my god. So here also we can say pk. Okay, I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but let's try. We can only try, and yeah, fine, everything looks good. Now let's get packages again. Okay, it is saying name field does not match expected name flutter toast. Why that is the expected name now? I have changed it. Okay, so I guess this is not even still able to understand pk. Why this is happening to me? Let's see what are the other dependencies here. I don't know what kind of dependencies we are dealing with, but there are a lot of dependencies. Because of the package name I got this error, and now this error is all around. And let's see how we can fix it, because if we will fix this, okay, maybe this is the problem. And now let's packages get. Yeah, this is finished with this time it worked. And if I will go here and in the lib main dot dart, yeah, the error is fixed. So now let's run those command. So basically let's go back to terminal and let's run this command again, and now we have 0 warnings. Now we can publish it, and let's publish it. We have to press yes, and now we have renamed the full package, so that maybe will fix the error. And you can see successfully uploaded package. So the package has been successfully uploaded. How we can check it? So we will go to this uh, pub.dartlang and .org, and here we will search Pavan so I will get all my packages. So right now you can see we don't have any packages, but because it will take some time to reflect here, but what you can do, you can directly go to URL and can write your package name. So it is flutter toast underscore pk. So you can see we have this package available now, 0.001 changelog example. We have this home page, author is there, and the home page is same, you can see, and that's it. So let me just make the changes here as well in the git. So then we can close this video. So in the commit we will say some changes in the package, commit and push, and then we will push it. Okay, so we are done. So I guess you understood how to make packages or plugins for Android and iOS as well, and how to expose those APIs to our Flutter app. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then press the like button, and if you did not, then you can dislike the video, or you should subscribe to the channel as well. And make sure to check our repository, check our Facebook group, and keep fluttering. That's it. Bye bye, take care. I'll see you in the next video.